Jayo Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Shri Shri Radhapat Sate Bhagavan ki Jai, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So we are only one Saturday away from the program. You are all prepared to welcome Krishna in your IERI faculty? Okay. So we will continue. We will continue with the 11th chapter. It is coming in the right sequence because the beautiful form of Krishna will be discussed today. The most captivating form of the Supreme Lord. Let us begin. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Mulitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Thapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. The Lord's universal form. Arjuna could not withstand to see this very, very ferocious form. This form, which was so gigantic, and it was encompassing the entire universe. He could see the entire universal creation in one place, in one personality. So, Arjuna, what were the four aspects of Arjuna's prayers? Who remembers? What is the first aspect of Arjuna's prayer? What was the, yeah, without seeing the copy. It has to go into our Harvard. Sorry? Glorification. Yes. Then Very good. Glorification. Second, what was the second aspect? Huh? Apology is later. Obeisances. Obeisances. Offering obeisances, or it is humility. Humility. Unless and until there is humility, how can one offer obeisance? That is why in today's world, no one offers obeisance. Because humility is not there. The heart which is devoid of humility, what is filled in the heart? Pride. It is filled with pride. And with pride, what comes? Envy. How can he offer obeisances? If you see, if those trees which are laden with fruits, their branches are bent. And a bamboo which has no juice, it is all dry. It is very firm and stiff. Okay. And what is the third aspect of prayers? Huh? Yes. Asking forgiveness. That is also a sign of humility. Unless and until one is thinking himself inferior, very difficult. In today's scenario, the so-called Gen Z, they think they are the superior most. So they cannot offer any apology. They want others to offer apology to them. And the fourth aspect is request. So Krishna is going to fulfill Arjuna's request. Krishna is actually accepting what all Arjuna is saying, because Arjuna is a pure devotee. He is a dear friend of Krishna. So Krishna said in the 47th verse that I showed you, my dear, my universal form, not to put you in fear, but to make you feel happy. So if you don't feel happy, then what I will do, I will withdraw this form. And I will show you the form, that form will make you happy. And then Krishna said that the form which I have showed to you, no one else has been ever able to be able to witness this form. So we will start with the 49th verse. We will continue further what Krishna says to Arjuna. This is 49th verse. Mate vyatha macha vimuda bhavo drishtva rupam ghoram idram mamedam व्यापेत भी प्रीतमाना पुनस्त्वाम तदेव मे रूपम इदं प्राप्स्य माते व्यथा मा च विमूढ़ भावो दृष्ट्वा रूपम घोरम इदं मामेदम् व्यापेत भी प्रीतमाना पुनस्त्वाम तदेव मे रूपम इदं प्रपश्य. Recite. माते व्यथा मा च विमूढ़ भावो दृष्ट्वा रूपम घोरम कृतन्मामेदम् व्यापेत भी प्रीतमाना पुनस्त्वाम् तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य. माते व्यथा मा च विमूढ़ भावो दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरं मृदन्मामेदम् व्यापेत भी प्रीतमाना पुनस्त्वाम् तदेव मे रूपमिदम्. Very good. This is intelligence. Hear from others and learn. Okay. Very good. Ma te vyata ma cha vimud bhavo. Drishtva rupam ghoram pridanmameda. Vyapete bhi pritamana punastvam. Tadeva me rupam idam prapasya. Okay. So the Supreme Lord is telling his dear friend Arjuna that Mate Vyata Macha Vimura Bhavo. After seeing my universal form, you are very much terrified. You are very much fearful. You are disturbed both in your mind and in your heart. And Vimud Bhava means completely bewildered. Vimuda means who's bewildered, who's confused, who does not know what to do. So he said, there is no need by seeing my universal form. Drishtva Rupam Ghoram Idam Mamedam. For you, there is no need neither to be getting disturbed or not to getting bewildered or confused. And then he says, Vyapet dhi pritamana punastvam. So you be free from all fear. You be free from all insecurity. Vyapet bhi. Bhi means without. Vyapet means fear. So be free from all fear and with a pritamana, with your pleasing mind. Punastvam. Puna means again. Again you see what? Tadeva me rupam idam prapasya. The form that you are happy to see. What was the form which Arjuna requested? What form Arjuna requested? The 400 form. He said previously. Actually, when Krishna started to show his universal form, Krishna was 200. So first he displayed his 400 form. And then what happened? That 400 became thousands of hand. So see what translation is. You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was worried about killing Bhishma and Drona, his worshipful grandfather and master. But Krishna said that he need not be afraid of killing his grandfather. So we saw Arjuna was even more fearful. How Arjuna was more fearful? When? Where? No, how? Where he was more fearful? Veputascha sharire me romaharshascha jayate. See the first chapter. In the first chapter, Arjuna is showing so much fear. 1.29. My whole body is trembling. Why is the body trembling? Out of fear. My whole body is trembling. How much is the fear? My hair is standing on end. When there is excessive fear, our hairs, they also react. My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning. And now I am unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself. My mind is dealing. I see only causes of misfortune or killer of the demon Kesi. So much fear. His fear was even more. But actually, what was the fear? What was the cause of his fear? In material world, there are only two reasons to fear. Everyone in this material world, he lives with the factor of fear. Always in his heart, there is fear, unless and until he takes shelter of Krishna. If we take shelter of Krishna, like Krishna is telling here, that Vyapet bhi. Vyapet bhi means we become free from fear. One who has received the shelter of Krishna, then he is having no fear. What he has? Abhay. Abhayam. Then there is nothing to fear. But till the time the living entity, the Jiva, receives the shelter of Krishna or the Supreme Lord, he is always fearful. Right or no? What is the biggest fear that we have in our heart? Death. Death. Anytime we can become victimized by death. And before death also, we live in fear. There is so much insecurity in the heart. Constant. So what is the reason of this fear? Krishna is diagnosing here. What is the reason? Attachment. Very good. Very sensible. Attachment. What kind of attachment? Very good. Bodily attachment. Bodily attachment. The excessive fear is to the extent we are bodily attached. We suffer. And what is the second reason for fear? Think properly. First statement is correct. What is the second reason? The second reason is the cause of first reason. What is the reason? Huh? Sorry? Disease. Ignorance. Ignorance. What is the cause of ignorance? That we do not know who we are. Because for the spirit soul, there is neither birth nor death. So there is no question to fear. But because we identify ourselves with body, so we have fear. So till the time we remain in bodily conception of life, who will be our constant companion? Not husband for wife, wife will for husband. Fear. Fear will be the constant companion. And there is so much insecurity now on the loyalty of the institution of marriage or any relationship. Any relationship. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that you become free from fear. And Arjuna was having fear that if he fights, what will be the result? He will have to kill his grandfather and his teacher. And he feels that his relationship with his grandfather and his teacher is higher than anything else in the world. That is how the entire world thinks. He is not thinking about his role, his position as a Kshatriya. He is not thinking about the interest of Krishna. Krishna wants to establish the religion of Dharma. He is least bothered. What is he bothered? He is bothered how I can be happy. If they live, I will feel happy. So Prabhupada is saying here that Arjuna was worried about killing Bhishma and Drona, his worshipful grandfather and master. But Krishna said that he need not be afraid of killing his grandfather. When the sons of Dhritarashtra tried to disrobe Draupadi in the assembly of the Kurus, Bhishma and Drona were silent. So it is a very important principle, very, very deep principle. That if a person of responsible position, if he fails to discharge his responsibility, he fails to receive respect. Very simple. So we cannot be neglectful in our discharge of duties. Bhishma and Drona, they were superiors. They were elder. They knew what is dharma. And in that Rajya Sabha, there was complete adharma. When these Kauravas, they tried to disrobe Draupadi. It was their duty to immediately checkmate all these Kauravas and punish them. But they remained silent. Very, very deeper principle that if we become silent or if we become neglectful or if we become indifferent to a dharma, then we are not on the side of dharma. We should never ever accept anyone performing any adharmic act. If we do not have the capacity, then what we should do? At least we should leave that place. But we should not give him silent support. Never ever. Never. Why? Because dharma means one has to follow the righteous path. He can never ever support the person who are following irreligion. By not speaking, by not objecting to the aggression of the Kauravas, both Bhishma and Drona, they lost their positions. Prabhupada is saying that in the second chapter, fourth verse. Fourth or fifth, maybe. Let us see. When Arjun says, Guru ni hatva mahanubhavan, Shreyo bhaktum bhaksham api haloke. Fifth verse. Fifth verse. When Arjuna is, revealing his attachment. He's saying, it would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of the great souls who are my teachers. On the moral principle, if we speak to a worldly man, he says Arjuna is perfect. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. But see how Prabhupada presents the purport. Prabhupada says, according to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Very important. Some of you are teachers. Huh? So you have to have a character and conduct always of being perfect. Especially deliberately, there cannot be any such blunders or mistakes to become. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of the Duryodhana because of his financial resistance. This is a disease. So many times we see. But what we are thinking, that let me first remain myself financially secure. That should not be the case. Although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial consideration, under these circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers. But Arjuna thinks that nevertheless they remain his superior, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoil tainted with blood. So very, very important principle. Never ever we should try to support those people or principles which are irreligious. Not for our very petty gains. It will bring us very, very sharp reaction. Very sharp karmic reaction will come in our life. Krishna wanted to show this. Although Bhishma was such a great personality, he was a pure devotee of the Lord. He is a Mahajan. But Krishna even did not spare him. And what a end he had. Not an inch of his body was spared. It was pierced by the arrows of Arjuna. And he had to remain in that position for 55 days. And when finally the Pandavas come and meet him after the war is over, and the Pandavas come in front of Bhishma, so Bhishma is very pleased to see them as the new king, as Yudhishthira Maharaj. And he tells Draupadi that all my blood, every drop of my blood, which I had because of serving the Kauravas, it has all been drained by the arrows of Arjuna. So he regretted. And Krishna ensured that although he had the boon, he had the benediction that no one could kill him, but still he was killed. So if Bhishma is not spared, if Drona is not spared, what about anyone else? It is completely foolish to think that I can do whatever I like and I can get away. No, no way. The reaction will come. Maybe not in this life, but in the future lives to come. No one can be spared by the law of the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada is saying that such negligence of duty, they should be killed. And the more one is in a responsible position, the more he gets reaction. There was once a dispute in the court of Maharaj Yudhishthira. Two people came. One was a farmer and the other was a Brahmana. and there was some dispute within the two. So both of them came into the court of Maharaj Yudhishthir. Uh, So Maharaj Yudhishthir gave a fine to the farmer, some small fine. But for the same fault, he gave very excessive, severe punishment to the Brahmana to be beaten up. So the Brahmana again complained, my dear sir, both of us are having the same mistake, the same fault. Why you are, religion personified. Why you are doing this injustice to me? For him you have, fined. So please take fine from me also. He said, no, because you are a Brahman. It is your duty. It is your duty to set the right example. So you cannot be square. His universal form to Arjuna just to show him that these people were already killed for their unlawful action. So Krishna showed his universal form. Drona and Bhishma, they are both entering the voracious and fearful mouth of Krishna, the Kalaru. And they are both being powdered. And seeing this, Arjuna was very terrified. That scene was shown to Arjuna because devotees are always peaceful and they cannot perform such horrible actions. The purpose of the revelation of the universal form was shown. Now Arjuna wanted to see the four-armed form and Krishna showed him. A devotee is not much interested in the universal form. Why? Because in the universal form, what will be the reason? How many of you dream to see the form of Narsimdev? Does anybody pray? Oh my Lord, show me the form that you showed to kill Hiranyakashipu. Does anybody pray like that? No. Why? Because fear comes in the heart. What you will reciprocate with Narsimdev? The Prabhupada is saying this, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. Either a devotee wants to offer his respectful, worshipful feelings, or he wants to see the two-handed Krishna form so that he can reciprocate in loving service with the personality of Godhead. So this was the reason why Arjuna was so much interested, and Arjuna requested to see the four-handed form and then the two-handed form. So that from his heart, the factor of fear can be completely eliminated. And Krishna is saying that, of course, I also want to remove the fear in your heart. There is no need for you to fear, or there is no need for you to have any bewilderment. What was the bewilderment of Arjuna after seeing the universal form? What was the bewildering factor for Arjuna? We discussed that. Fear. Why? What was another form of fear Arjuna was having? What was that fear? No, no, that was not purely material fear. Fear for his life. Fear for? His life and others. His life and others. Did Arjuna never feared that? Huh? Yeah. Arjuna was having this fear that he minimized the position of Krishna by making him understand that I am your friend. I am just your friend. It's so far he considered Krishna just to be his friend. And now, after knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was having so much fear. So he was bewildered. So Krishna says, for you, there is no need to fear. Because Krishna very well maintains the loving relationship. For him, that relationship is more valued than the relationship of the being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, Krishna is removing the fear and bewilderment from the heart of Arjuna. We'll take the next verse. We'll take a couple of verses. So now Sanjay is speaking. Sanjay is speaking to Dhritarashtra. Sanjay Uvacha Iti Arjunam Vasudevasthatha Uktva Swakamarupam Darshayam Ashabhuyah. आवाशयम आश्च भीतमेनम भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मः। संजय उवाच इति अर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकामरूपं दर्शयम् आश भूयः। अवाश्यमाश्च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मः। Recite those who did not recite the first verse. Recite, recite. What is the fear? Why you are having fear? Arjuna's fear has come in your heart. We are very conscious of our image. If we become little conscious of Krishna, then we will really get the benefit. Sanjay Uvacha. Sanjay Uvacha. Iti Arjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayamash Bhuyaha Avashayamash Bhitamena Bhutva Puna Saumya Vapur Mahatma. Sanjay Uvacha Tathoktva Iti Arjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakamarupam Darshayamash Bhuyaha Avashayamash Bhitamena Bhutva Puna Saumya Vapur Mahatma. So Sanjay is saying, Iti Arjunam Vasudevas Tatha Uktva. So Sanjay had a very special privilege that he was not in the scene present physically in Kurukshetra, although he was in the palace of Dhritarashtra, but he had the vision. The first television in human race is between Sanjay. Sanjay had the special empowerment of Vyasadeva. So he could see. So what is speaking to Dhritarashtra, that after hearing Arjuna and Vasudeva's conversation, what he is not saying Krishna's, he is saying Vasudeva. Krishna is mentioned here as Vasudeva. We will discuss that. Tatha Uktvam. Swakam Rupam Darshayam Asha Bhuyaha. He displays his four-handed form. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last he showed two-armed form. Bhutva Puna Saumya Vapu. Saumya Vapu means most pleasing form. Saumya means very, very beautiful, very captivating, very mesmerizing form. Mahatma. The Mahatma means who is very highly elevated. Displayed his real four-armed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. When Krishna appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, he first of all appeared as four-armed Narayan. So Krishna appears, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that both my birth and my activities are transcendental. So there is a lot of mystery. There is a lot of secret in Krishna's appearance. One of his appearance is where? In Mathura, as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. But he did not appear like a normal child. How did he appear? In his four-handed form, like a Narayan. Actually, Narayan appeared. He did not appear like a baby. He appeared like a Narayan. He appeared like a Narayan. And but when he was requested by his parents, so after seeing that form, both of them were very terrified because whom they saw? They saw the Lord. So how they can have the feeling that this is our son, this is the Supreme Lord? So there are prayers. There are prayers by Vasudev and Devaki. But at the same time, they requested the Lord that you please withdraw your two arms and become like a 200 baby. And Krishna accepted that form. The word Vasudev here is very, very important. Because, and then Krishna told Vasudev what he should do. He said that you please carry me where? To Gokul. Take me to the place of Nand Maharaj. But how to take to Nand Maharaj's place? Because they were in the prison house. And he was chained. He was chained. But he never had any doubt. He did not say that how can I take you? Huh? I am in the prison house. My hands and legs are all chained. So he was just thinking how to execute the order of Krishna. Immediately what happened? There was very, very strong lightning and rain. And all the guards, they felt asleep. Not only the guards felt asleep, the iron shackles, they all became loose. And he became free. And as he walked near the gate opened. And when he entered the river was overflowed. But he continued and carried. So if we carry out the orders of Krishna, what Krishna is asking us to do, then what Krishna does? He empowers us, he enables us, he uplifts us to perform the responsibility or the service that he has assigned. So we see very easily Vasudeva was able to perform that service. So Prabhupada is saying he transformed himself into an ordinary child in appearance. Similarly, Krishna knew that Arjuna was not interested in seeing a four-handed form. But since Arjuna asked to see the four-handed form, Krishna also showed him this form again. Why? Because Arjuna is very intelligent. We have seen from Krishna the form of universe manifest. And from that universal form, what is manifesting? The four-handed form. And then what is coming in the final position is the two-handed form. So Arjuna is in a way confirming that Krishna is the cause of the four-handed form also, and Krishna is the cause of the universal. So whether there are three types of worshippers we have seen. Ekatvena, Prithatvena, Bahudha, Vishtomukam. Last Sunday I was giving the 9th chapter. Riyanshi was asking, Riyanshi, you are awake? You remember your question? Yeah?
Yes, I asked that what
So
is
Vishtomukam. Vishtomukam is those who worship the universal form. So what is the universal form? Universal form is the material manifestation of the form of Krishna for this material world. And the demigods, all the demigods, amongst all the demigod worshipper, the highest form of demigod is Lord Narayan, the 400 form. That is also being manifested from Krishna. And of course, the lowest are both those who are Ekatvena, who consider themselves God and worship themselves. So in any form of worship anyone does, whether directly or indirectly, whether properly or improperly, the root, the source is only Krishna. This is very beautifully established here in this way that Arjuna first asked Krishna to show his 400 form, although he is not interested. But he is making this to convince others. The word Saumya Vapu is very significant. Soumya Vapu is very beautiful form. Krishna mostly captivates by his beauty. Krishna, the beauty of Krishna is so captivating that there would not be any personality in the universe whose beauty has been admired by so many compositions as it is for Krishna. He's so beautiful. Although he's black, but he is so beautiful. His beauty excels the beauty of the Cupid. Not of one Cupid, the millions of Cupid. And whoever sees his form, whoever sees his beauty, then for him, everything else will become very, very distasteful. So that is the Saumya Vapu. Saumya Vapu is the beautiful form of the Lord. It is known as the most beautiful form. It is most attractive. Actually, the word Krishna means most attractive. He attracts. He attracts the heart and mind and senses of everyone and everything. When he was present, everyone was attracted simply by Krishna's form. And because Krishna is the director of the universe, he just banished the fear of Arjuna, his devotee, and showed him again his beautiful form of Krishna. In the Brahma Samhita 538, it is said, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hrideshu Vilokyanti Yam Sham Sundaram Achintya Gunat Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. But not everyone can see this 200 form. Who can see? Who has the Anjana? Anjana means the ointment. Where the ointment is applied? In the eyes. And what is this ointment? What is the ingredient of this ointment? Prema, love. Those who have love for Krishna can only see this beautiful Sham Sundar form of Arjun, Krishna. Only person whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love can see the beautiful form of Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna. So in this way, Krishna has revealed in this chapter his universal form, and he has also displayed his 400 form. We'll take one more verse. We have been told to vacate till 8:30. I came here at 7. There was only Dayashil and Ramya. You came after 7. You came after 7. Others are requested to come in time, then only we can start. I was determined to start at 7, but we could start only at 7:30. Okay, we'll take one more verse. Arjuna Uvacha Drishtva idam manusham rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idinamasmi Samvritta Sacheta Prakritim Gata. Arjuna Uvacha Drishtva idam manusham rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idinam Asmi Samvrita Sacheta Prakritim Gata. Arjuna Vacha Drishtva idam manusham rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idinam Asmi Samvrita Sacheta Prakritim Gata. Recite. Arjuna Vacha
Drishtva idam manusarupam
Drishtva idam manusham rupam
Saumya Janardana
Tava Saumyam Janardana
Idami
Idanim
Asmi Samvrata
Asmi Samvrita Sacheta Prakritim Gata. Very good.
Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Vishvavedam manusam rupam.
Drishtva edam manusham rupam.
Asomyam janardana.
Tava saumyam janardana.
Idanim asmi samvita.
Idanim asmi samvrita.
Patitaha prakritim gataha.
Sacheta prakritim gata. Arjuna vacha. Drishtvedam manusham rupa tava saumyam janardana adinam asmi samvrita sacheta prakriti. Very good. There should not be any fear or phobia. Huh? And very simple. If you see the word meaning, while I am reciting, just see the word meaning. Your fear will be gone. You can easily recite. But the key is to hear attentively. If your attention is there, you will be able to immediately connect. And once you are able to connect, then you can recite. Then there is no difficulty. When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, Drishtva edam manusham rupam. And what is that manusham rupam? Tava saumyam janardana. Very beautiful. Most captivating. He said, O Janardana, seeing his human-like form, so very beautiful, idinam asmi samritta. Now I am in my settled position, in my peaceful state of mind, and I am restored to my original nature. Here the word Manushim Rupam clearly indicates the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be originally two-handed. So we should not have any misconception or speculation that what is the form of the Supreme Lord. Most of the people in this world, they have this firm belief that God cannot have a form. Why? Because they feel that they have a material form. Of course, God cannot have a material form. God's form is the spiritual form. There is one very special conversation one of our leaders were having with the leader of another faith. They were not Hindus, they were not Sanatanis, they were of other religion. So in any religion, there is this process of prayers. So our leader asked him that, my dear, do you pray? He said, yes, we do pray. We pray at least 5 times a day. So he said, when you pray, that means you trust the personality whom you are praying is hearing you. Yes or no? Otherwise, why you are praying? He said, of course he is hearing. And he responses also hearing our prayer. So that means to hear, that means he has to have ears. Na? Otherwise, how he can hear? Can you make a machine hear and respond? No. So well, when he can hear, that means he can speak also. So he said yes. So well, when he can hear and when he can speak, that means what? He has a form or he is formless? Huh? So this leader of the other religion, he said, I have to accept what you are saying, but officially I cannot accept it. If one is not having a form, then how he can reciprocate? People are now having this phobia of reciprocating with innate objects. Why? Because they have lost all trust in relationship. But can the object reciprocate? No. So the Supreme Lord is in his Manusham Rupa. In his form, he also has a form. But his form is not like us. His form is not temporary. Our form is temporary. What is the temporal nature of our form? We take birth and we die. We have a date of manufacture and we have a date of expiry. But the Supreme Lord's form is eternal. It never takes birth nor it dies. There is no difference between the form and the personality himself. We have a difference. Huh? We are spiritual, but we have material form. And also there is a statement in Bible which says the Lord made the humans in his own image. If you read Bible, it is there. The Lord made humans in his own image. So what is his own image? Human like. It is not human. It is human like. The Manushim Rupam clearly indicates the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be originally two-handed. Those who deride Krishna as if he were an ordinary person are shown here to be ignorant of his divine nature. Avjananti mamura manushim tanumashrita. Why? Because what they are thinking, like what Lord has the same feature. The biggest aspiration is to become God. But it is not so. If Krishna is like an ordinary human being, then how is it possible for him to show the universal form? They do not know. What they do not know, that how the Lord energies are working. They do not see the energies of the Lord. Like the Prime Minister. Is the Prime Minister not like an ordinary citizen? Yes or no? But is he the same citizen? What he has? What is the difference? He has those extraordinary powers, those energies. We are able to see those energies, but we are not able to see the energies of the Supreme Lord. So what was his energy? He could display his universal form. If Krishna is like an ordinary human being, then how is it possible for him to show the universal form? And again to show the 400 Narayan form. So it is very clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita that one who thinks that Krishna is an ordinary person and who misguides the reader by claiming that it is impersonal Brahman within Krishna speaking is doing the greatest injustice. Krishna has actually shown his universal form and his 400 Vishnu form. So how can he be an ordinary human being? Can any human being display the universal form? Can any human being display the 400 form? There may be some people who will try to pretend, put some artificial limb and show, but it will not sustain. So how can he be an ordinary human being? A pure devotee is not confused by misguiding commentaries on Bhagavad Gita because he knows what is what. The original verses of Bhagavad Gita are as clear as the sun, and they do not require lamplight from foolish commentators. So Prabhupada was very Bhagavad Gita. Like somebody says that he will read from any book and he can become expert. That is not possible. We should hear and read from only those who are actually devotees. Because those who are devotees, to them only the Supreme Lord reveals himself. Others have no access. So we have seen in, go and bring the prasad. Go and bring prasad. Our time is 8:30. Again, we won't be able to conclude at 8:30. But we should come into that direction. So next time, I will begin speaking at 7 sharp. Yeah. We have to respect the, whatever process we have here. If we are told to vacate at 8:30, we should remove. If we do not do that, then they will stop our program. Okay, so in these three verses that we discussed today, we see the first verses is being spoken by Krishna, then spoken by Sanjay, and then spoken by Arjuna. So what in these three verses Krishna is reassuring? What is the theme of these three verses that we discussed? Yeah. And Arjuna is being told by Krishna that the most valuable part in your life is my friendship. And I value it. So if we foster relationship with Krishna, Krishna values it the most than any other aspect. Okay? If you have any question, please ask. Yes? What are the four? Karmas. Four karmas I did not say. Yoga. Your question is not clear. What you are asking? You tell me the verse from where you are asking. You must have reference. Huh? Four yogas. There are many yogas. Vedas. Vedas. Okay. Yeah, there are four branches of Vedas. Veda is body one, but it has four divisions. Actually, it was having three. Rig, Sam, and Yajur. And later Vyasadeva, when he scripted it, he added Artha also. So there are four divisions. Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Yajur Ved, and Artha Ved. Okay? Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Online viewers also, if you have any question, you can ask.
Prabhuji, once please tell the three types of worship. So one is Ekatrina and second one was cut. वो कट हो गया है.
Hare Krishna, Nagamani madam.
I think connection lost.
Yes, Mataji, आपने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था ना, this is a 9.15 verse.
9.15 verse.
Yes. Again, these
Okay.
kinds of worship, these are not for devotees.
These three types of worships, Prabhuji told, na?
Yeah, this is not for devotees.
Not for devotees.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, I will go through this verse, 9.15.
Yes, Mataji. Those who do not know Supreme Lord, the some of people, these are worship these three kinds of way, these three ways of worshipping. Number one, number two, number three, these all are mentioned in purport.
Okay, I will go through it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.